flowers, it's very simple. I have a cardstock that is 15 by 15 centimeters squared, and I just take a piece of paper that I choose. I have some purple paper from the dollar store. It's kind of paper lavender color. And I just put my cardstock on it. This is like my template. And I just trace it and I cut. So you need 4 of these, any size you want. Any size will do. So you're just going to cut all the way around to get that square. It could be 1 inch, it could be 2 inches, whatever you want. Okay, I'm just going to cut it to make sure that it's even. Just cutting it. And then I take each and I'm going to make a triangle. I'm going to fold it 3 times. And then you're going to want to take your pencil and you want to take the top that's opened. As you can see, they're opened, and as opposed to these that are closed. Okay, and you're going to want to put it face down like this. And you want to trace the kind of petal that you want. But I already have a template from before. But in the first place, you probably want to make your triangles and cut, and then you can make an extra one for your template and keep that. So you could just use it and get a uniformed bunch of petals, and then you just trace. You just trace it like this. But make sure that when you make your petals, I like mine very circular, that you do it deeply. You cut deep. You don't cut from the top and over around, because it doesn't make for nice petals, and it doesn't give you a nice look. At least that's what my experience is. So you just make sure it's deep, down from here like this. You could even go down even deeper like this. Okay, and then you're going to cut it out, and of course you're going to make more. Okay, so I'm just going to do it fast. Okay, so I've cut them all out using my template. I used my template and I cut them all out. It's as simple as that. And then this is what you're going to end up with. You're going to end up with 4 nicely rounded, circular, daisy-like pieces. And you're going to get 8 pieces. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, that's what you're going to get. You cut one off, the first one. Just one. Just like this. Okay, so you're going to get 1 petal, and you're going to get 7 remaining petals on this. Okay. And then on the second one, you are going to cut 2. Just like this. Simple. So it's just a pattern of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And on this one, we'll cut 3. And then the last one, of course, will be 4. Okay, so you just have to cut right across. What you do now, you have so you're gonna need your glue gun, okay, with your hot glue ready to go. So we have all of this. So now we take the very first one that we took one from, which will be this one, and all we do is we overlap it we overlap the both ends, one over the other, doesn't matter, one over the other, just like that. Normally what I would do is, you can either do it either way. You could fold over the leaf to give it a nice flower look, or you could, before you actually glue it together, or you can do it afterwards. It doesn't really matter. It works both ways. So I have here, it's one of those chopsticks, and what I like about this chopstick is that it has ridges right around it, so it gives it a little texture to it. So what I do is I just take it and just wrap it around like this a couple of times. This paper is very soft. It's not like a cardstock quality, so it's easy to rip. Okay, so you have to be gentle with the softer papers, and then cardstocks tend to be harder to work with because they're so stiff. Anyway, like 65 pounds cardstocks, or is it 75? Anyway, they tend to be a little bit stiff. And I just go along like this. Okay, until I come to the last one, and then I just put them together like this. Like I said, you can do it either way. Doesn't matter. So I just take a glue gun. I don't need much. And just stick a little bit on. And there you have it. Okay, sometimes I play with it because it's a little bit off. I just kind of play with it. Okay, and you have your little fold over. All right, and then we have our second one. This one is missing. We took out 2 out of this one, so we're gonna do the same thing. So you're just going to roll over the flower, the petal at the end, roll it over as far as you want. Like that. So this one has 7 petals on it. And so once you've crossed it over and overlapped it, you will have 6 petals. Okay, so I'm sure it's gonna just like that. Okay. Gonna get our hot glue and just a little bit will do ya. And there you go. And of course, after you finish, if you do this and you're not satisfied with if you want to be more curled, you could wrap it some more. You can also, at this point, if you really want to, you can even make some cuts deeper down if you feel like you want to get a deeper. You can even cut it and have it hanging a little bit freer. So I like my petals, I should say. I like my petals curled. So I'm just going doing a once over. Okay, and then this is going to go in like that. Okay, all right. So we're on our last petal, the one I'm going to use. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 petals here, and of course we're going to just stick the glue on. and overlap. Okay, do one more little wrap. Make sure I get my curl that I want. Okay, so so now I have my flowers. See how quick and easy and fast that was? Anyway, how I put mine on is different from, you know, this is the way I do mine. So I have these little, what do you call them again? Little sticks. And I use it because I like the sharp point. And so what I do is I make a little hole inside. Make a little hole inside the flower at the end, like this. Okay, just like that. And I put some glue in it. I just stick the glue at the bottom, just like that. And then I take the piece that goes next. I just grab a bit of the glue and just push it into the hole. You can make these flat, or you can make them pointy. See, this is going to be pointy. Okay, so you can add like maybe a stem to this with leaves if you wanted to. Okay, and that's that one. And then I take the take it again and I make another hole. As I go, I make another hole like that. So you can see there's a hole in it. A hole. On my hot glue again. And as I go in, I just gather up some of the hot glue and stick it in. Now, I try to arrange this so that it's off. You know, one petal is one petal, no petal, one petal. Like that. Okay, do the same there. Stick this into the hole there and stick it in there, and that's it. And we put the glue on. Gather up some of the glue and just stick it in. You get yourself a nice little flower so far. Now, you remember I cut out another one, right? I should have 3 here. It's 3, and this one, when put together, should give me 2, but I don't like the 2. I just don't like it. Okay, sorry, I just don't like it. So I don't use this one. I keep it for other things, right? Anyway, what I do use though is the 4. And what I do with my the second 4 that I don't need is I take the same stick and with the pointy end, and I grab it like this and I twirl it at an angle so that it's not even at the base when it comes around. And what I try to do with this is get the center. Now I'm going to have to cut it. So what it's going to go like this at the center. That's how I make my flower. But I have to cut it. So what I want to do is I am going to fold it back over. Fold it back like this. And then what I do is I cut along here. I try and just I cut not as much, and then I rewind it. Just quickly rewind or oops. Oh no, it's tearing. Okay. And I'm going to see if this fits. Then I'm just going to adjust it a little bit. Just adjust it so that it gives you a nice triangular shape. and then you're just going to stick it in like this and see if it's the right size. And it's not so bad, and you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And there you have a little bit of you have your flower, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It could be a little well, you know, I think it's an okay size. And then see, and then what I do is I just hold it to, because that's where it's going to end up inside the flower, and I put my glue in, hold it, and I just stick it in, gather up some, I stick it all the way in, and I get my little shapely flower. That's how I make my flower.